Mhm. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. When I say basic human rights, I'm talking about those inalienable rights, those rights that would guarantee you peace and prosperity and joy, and the fulfillment of your dreams in your bodies, your life during these times. It has been one hell of a mission, one for which I can take no credit for any success, not even my own. You know, I grew up, ladies and gentlemen, wanted to be mannerable. I wanted to respect people. I was taught to respect people. I was taught to respect people's properties. In other words, not to be a thief. I was taught not to be lying. And as far as going out killing and stuff like that, that just wasn't happening. But I also was taught that there was a God and a representative of God who supposedly was Jesus or Moses or somebody like that, who were really telling the people on earth what it was like to be in line with God. And Jesus was supposed to be a physical representation of what it meant. Moses was supposed to be a representation of what it meant to have been on the wrong path and then got on the right path. And then, you know, they got all other people like Paul and stuff like this. So I tried to enter all of that into my psychic and get an understanding of the best person I could possibly be. I spent most of my life doing other little things, you know, trying to stick to those principles. One principle I didn't mind violating is when I became mature, I wanted to experience the opposite sex, women, see what was to that. And I think a lot of men and women look forward to that. But having a taste of that and an observation that the world was bigger than that and required a little bit more involvement in the experiences of life of not just myself but others as well, required that I not focus so much attention on the world of what it's like dealing with the opposite sex. One of the things that have been most crucial to me, though, has been the livelihood of people, those dreams coming true, and obstacles that are there. Ooh, I've seen so many obstacles in my lifetime. It's everybody. It's the white man. The white man can't stand the black man. And now all of a sudden the black man can't stand the white man. It has to do with rights. Everybody want to live, nobody wants to die, and everybody here trying to live by killing everybody else. Catholicism and Protestantism, and you're looking at that, all of them going against each other. Ooh, and I learned in my 28 years of living that a commitment need to be made. I made a commitment, and just about 40 years later, I found out that it was all a bunch of shit. I found out that it was all a bunch of shit. Trying to socialize with individuals who don't even have a brain, who can't even think. They let people tell them anything and then they get caught up on it. The first time I started going publicly speaking about a universal togetherness of peace, and I would put stuff on MySpace, and I would get responses back from all over the country where they could respond back, calling me all kinds of niggas and I should go die and God this and God that. Wow. You didn't even know you could mix those words up when you start talking about God. But I found out that when you really get down to it, it's all about control. It's about doing things my way. And my way, not talking about me. It's talking about any of us. My way. And that's the only way that's right. I'm not dealing with anything else. Well, that's okay if you accept that as your way and stick to it. But don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to your way. Don't allow me to hold you to my way. But there are certain ways that everybody should be held to. And that is liberty. To be free to do whatever in this fucking earth that you want to do as long as it doesn't fuck with somebody else. Do whatever on this fucking earth that you want to do to map your dreams out, to see your dreams become true. as long as it doesn't fuck with the dreams of somebody else. And the only dream that got a right to be fucked with is when you find a dream that's trying to fuck over other people. Now that dream will be fucked with. Who is supposed to fuck with that dream? I don't know. I used to thought it was me, but I found out I was having no success. So that must be in God's hand. So basically, what am I saying to you today? I'm saying to you, America, as far as I know, and I've been a lot of places in the world. Well, not that many, because there's a lot of places to go in the world. But I've been to quite a few of them. And I've seen some horrendous things happening. I've seen people are so crazy and so heartless. For instance, when I was in the Philippines in the military, they got Olongapo City on one side of the river, and on the other side they got the military base, the naval base. I think they call it Subic Bay. And you obviously got a bridge that cross from the base to the city, back and forward. And this river, they call it the shit river. That's what they call it. Basically what it is the river where all the refuge from military and Olongapo travel right through. All the junk, all your shit. And that would be guys from the military or just civilians. I don't know. They weren't Filipinos. And they will be crossing the bridge, and I watched them when I first got over there, and I was listening to how they respond to Filipinos. Filipinos would be in these little boats. You know, that's a very poor country. And when guys, you're coming across the river, going over to the city, you'll see kids and even adults out there in the boat asking for some coins. Can I have some money or something? And sometimes you will find people who get throw them some coins or so they could have something. But then on the other hand, you would have guys who would actually make jokes of it, like, watch this. I'm going to throw this to him. I'm just repeating what I heard somebody say one time. Why me throw this to him, but I'm not going to make it fall in the boat. We're going to make it fall in the goddamn water. So they can watch these people jump out of that boat, go down in that filthy ass water trying to find a quarter or a dime, and laughing at it. Now that, to me, was somebody he need to have that shit slapped out of him. But I'm not the one to slap the shit out of him. And you aren't either. So it must be the Filipino or God. I went to the Philippines and I'm in India. Diego Garcia, not in Diego Garcia, where the hell was that? In, someplace around India. Sri Lanka, probably Sri Lanka. And people are so poor till they go around the military base, and when meals are served and you're throwing away your trash, you will find people out there like they're on a job, going through that trash, looking for food to eat. Or going through some other area looking for some furniture, something that's been discarded so they can take home and claim they got something. And they would sell their bodies to try to make money. If you were trying to buy some pussy, you go to their houses, you would see pictures of Jesus Christ everywhere. Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. So you know Americans been over there telling them about Jesus Christ, telling them about how wonderful Jesus Christ is. Probably gave them some boxes of care goods, even some hand-me-down clothes. They probably did that. That's the same thing they did to black people in America. Telling them about Jesus Christ. And now they out there feeding off the trough of junk. And see, this, to me, is America. They go into countries and tell them about Jesus. And as they come in, people start listening. And before you know it, by the time you got them listening real good, here come in the power and slap you side your head and try to take every resource that you got that has some value. And if you don't have some identifiable resources, they're not even coming in there. And if they do have some resources that's been identified, and they're trying to get them, and you got a leader that will prevent you, any country, from coming in robbing you, then America, I don't know about these other countries, America will go in and set up somebody to try to either tear down that government or assassinate the leaders. Now, what do you call that? I call that hell. I call that pure D hell. And I call that being done by demons. And I call people who sit back and allow that to happen are fools. Straight up fools. And that includes the Catholics, that includes the Christians, that includes the Buddha, that includes Confucius, that includes every motherfucker around here calling himself a goddamn connection with a power outside of what we can see every day. It's a bunch of damn ass bullshit. Now, so what am I saying about America? I'm saying America is hell. Let me say it again. America is hell. Now, it took me a long time to see this. But about quite a few years ago, I was given a spiritual message. And that was this excitement about peace and prosperity and joy that the world could experience, beginning here in America. I came up with that dream all my life, and I just figured as soon as I got to be a man and got some of these oaks out of my body, I would be able to go forward before the American people and tell them about how we can have all this peace and prosperity and joy, and stood up for it and willing to die to prove that I know exactly what I'm talking about, and America would change and we'd have a beautiful society. Ooh-wee, how I was tricked. America don't give a shit about peace. America don't give a damn about prosperity. America gives a damn about themselves. Let me tell you this. I want to say it again. For all of you people all over the planet, your country might be bad, but America is hell. See, the thing that makes this country so much different than yours is that you don't have much power. You're trying to grow into being a big devil. Right now, that America has, at least they projected themselves to the rest of the world as the biggest devil on the face of the earth. And right now we got a president who was chosen as the lesser evil of the choices for president, empowering him through the vote to become the biggest evil on the face of the earth. And this evil walks around acting like it, lying out the left side of his mouth and try to turn around and make it the truth out of the right. Telling the lie in the right side of the mouth and try to make a truth out of it in the left. And don't give a damn about what you think, because what you think don't matter. Why? Because he knows that you are a motherfucking fool. And you acting just like a motherfucking fool. You voted for that son of a bitch to become president of the United States. Now he's fucking everybody. Everybody he can. And most of you are glad about it. The politicians are falling in line. The Christian people have already voted him in. The Muslim people, I don't know about the Muslims, let me leave them out. But everybody else has already voted him in. And if they didn't vote him in, they just stayed home. They didn't raise no opposition. And their voice, if there are voices, they are still silent. So I tell you once again, America is pure OD hell. A lying ass sack of shit who got no respect for God whatsoever. I've traveled this country, and I've said one thing. If your mother and your father, having the resources, would feed their children, will clothe their children, will educate their children, protect their children's health, and prepare them for a career so that they can participate in the creative process of this nation. If I tell you a family would do that, then what more or less would a goddamn God do? Nothing less. But then God would do that. And then you motherfucking son of a bitches, people gonna try to fuck that shit up. Talking about your highness. Talking about queen this, or king this, or prince that, or pope this. You just a bunch of shit. You are a disgrace to all truth. You are a disgrace to all love. You're a partner with that filth that's running down that goddamn shit river down between the military base, Subic Bay, and Olongapo City, Philippines. Now, let me see. And another thing. Let me see if I got that. I don't want to get too far. Great is motive of money. Oh, yeah. So, when I say America is hell, that means that all evil is God. And what is the tool that's used to get people off the track to follow this crazy ass God. It's called money. See, in peace and prosperity and joy, it's like the family structure. The parents are looking out for the kids. The kids, as they mature, play a role in the family situation. Keep it smooth flowing. Keep it smooth flowing. That's the family. That is also the God way. Everybody got a role in what's happening. They've already had that seed planted in them. It gives them their greatest joy to do it. Some is sports. Some is entertainment like music or dance or plays or art, drawings, or digging ditches or building bridges and building buildings and fixing up the landscape. All of these things are unique and especially necessary to create a wonderful paradise. But these motherfuckers come out there telling me, oh, I'm connected to God. I'm somebody and you ain't shit. Kill that nigga over there. Barack Obama ran president of the United States. I'm not bragging on him as being any better than anybody else. But the first thing the white man said, that we ain't gonna do nothing to help him. We ain't gonna do nothing to help him. That's a bunch of lying ass, sick ass, shick ass motherfuckers that say that. We're not gonna do anything to help them. That's what happens in hell. That's what happens in hell, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not ashamed to call America hell. And I don't give a goddamn sweet ass fuck what you think about me. Your motherfuckers don't love me. You married me, you don't love me. You just want to change me and make me become a part of the fucking ass system that's fucking over people, and that shit ain't gonna happen. Not in this lifetime. So I'm saying to hell with you, you Satan ass son of a bitches. And I don't care whose God you got on your epitaph or written on your shingles outside your building. Now, you know you hear me doing a lot of cussing today, and you don't like it. Let me tell you why I'm doing this cursing. I'm doing the cussing, I don't give a fuck what you think. You ignorant ass son of a bitches. And I'm talking about everybody that sit back and watch what these motherfuckers do to people. Look at the rich people, how they trying to rob the poor people right now. They don't have enough money. Their damn barns are overflowing. But that ain't enough. We got people down there receiving what? Entitlements. Entitlements to what? Entitlements to benefits that we done fucked them out of. So we'll make sure they get a little Social Security. We'll make sure they get a little health care. But them motherfuckers at the top say, hell no, cut that shit down. We need more. Fuck them son of a bitches. We're going to kill them anyway. That's the country we live in. And what are you saying about it? You motherfuckers sit up in a goddamn church every now and then and try to point a finger at somebody and don't do a goddamn thing. You motherfucking churches out there trying to be rich as the people on Peel Hill. And you don't give a fuck about your congregation, at least beyond how much money you can get out of them. And you just tell all these Pollyanna stories. Oh, God is so wonderful. I'm with God today. You silly son of a bitch. You with God and you don't give a shit about anyone else but yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with having God for yourself. I'm advocating that. But I want to tell you this. God is a parent of human beings. And God cares about all human beings. Now you can be smart enough or blessed enough to know that only God can change a person. You can be smart enough to know that. But God damn it, that ain't giving you the right to disrespect and dishonor them. No, because to do so means you're dishonoring the true God. And I'm talking about the God you can't see. I ain't talking about no fucking ass Donald Trump. I'm talking about the God you can't see. I ain't talking about no stinking ass white man. I'm talking about the God you can't see. And I ain't talking about no any man, whether he black, yellow, red, or any damn fucking see it. I'm talking about a God you can't see. A God you can't touch. You can't feel, but you can see the evidence of all his works. And it's all good. And you can see the work of the devil. Look at our country right now. You got Congress sitting up there talking about we need to get an economic package. An economic package. Well, we want to balance the budget, but for our benefit, we don't mind. We'll just extend the budget. We just want to fuck them motherfuckers at the bottom. We just want to build more bombs and have the ability to fly more delivery to certain places that we want to take them to. We just want to be the most powerful chest pumping son of a bitch on the face of the earth. You stupid, silly son of a bitch. And you think that shit works? All of you motherfucking American people out here, you think that shit works? Is it stopping those fires? You see them big planes out there trying to put that retardant, fire retardant shit on it? You see them people out there going up in the eye of the hurricane trying to say where it's coming. Is it stopping anything? It ain't stopping a motherfucking thing. So your God, money, and these white people or whatever other kind of people you got up there trying to run shit. And when I say white people, I'm saying white people because there's so many of them motherfuckers. You got black people trying to do the same thing as white people. So black people, don't think I'm trying to lift you up above white people. I'm not trying to lift you above white people. I'm just saying white people because they in the goddamn power and your ass can't get up there fast enough. In other words, as soon as you get up, you want to be a bigger devil than they are. Same old damn thing with Christianity. I don't know what the fuck religion we had when they brought black people from wherever they came from. But we do know what they gave us over here. And whatever they gave us ain't done doing nothing but fucking us and lying to us and bullshitting us and sticking dicks up our asses and making every goddamn demonic shit you can come up with. That's America. And I know when you are trying to leave Mexico and trying to leave some of these other poor ass countries, you were trying to come to America because you thought America was something else. Then again, some of you were so poor you just didn't give a shit. Just get you out of your own poor-ass Mexican country. I heard one time that one of the richest men on the earth was from Mexico. And Mexico, one of the poorest nations. And what? It exists. Nobody changing the system. Look here. Look at these trillionaires and billionaires who robbed this here country, putting their money overseas somewhere. Who's trying to change the system and say stop this shit? Not a goddamn motherfucker anywhere. They trying to get their ticket in. How can they get theirs? America is hell. And the trick to get people to follow that hellish idea is money. They try to replace the true God that you can't see except what you do for one another with a God that you ain't got to do nothing but for the devil. And that motherfucker pay you. And then you can go out there without friendship, without camaraderie, without family connections, and just do your thing. God damn. I heard Dr. King said in a speech that if he had to go throughout all the times in which he could have lived, he would have chosen the time that he lived in. Well, I used to try to think like that, trying to figure out what the hell he meant. And I used to tell myself that the world America needs some help. I keep trying to say that. But America is not accepting help from anybody. You got to be a dog. I mean a dog to be anywhere in America. And if you're not a dog, you got to convince the powers that be that you are a dog. And if you're not a dog, they're going to get rid of your ass. Because they don't want nobody coming in here trying to straighten this shit out. So I heard, it might not be true, but in some movie I saw where Moses said God couldn't be calling him to straighten this out. Because the only power that can straighten this shit out is a God. And it's a real God. And ain't no queen, ain't no king, ain't no pharaoh. It's a motherfucking God that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel. The motherfucker just straighten this shit out and you look around, it's already straightened out. That's what you motherfuckers are looking for. You're looking for somebody to just straighten your ass out without you straightening yourself out. Well, look, I have traveled this path all my life. Now I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to even go in a church because if I go in there, I got to have a word. And if I got to have a word, I'm going to tell you something in your own house. And I know how you just resent that. And I know how you resent it enough to not even want to come in that bullshit. But if I ever find myself up in that bullshit again, I'm going to raise my hand up to say something. Because you the motherfuckers. You know, I can understand the rest of the world who just rejected God for whatever their reasons were. But you the motherfuckers who said, greater is in you than he that's in the world. And you were talking about God. You were talking about God as love and not hate. All these wonderful things you say about God, and they none of them in you. You just a low down, lying, stinking ass, cheating ass, hellish ass motherfucker. And I'm talking about, well, I wanted to say, I'm trying to think about some human beings that I could take out of there that does not apply to them. And I couldn't find no one. So that means all of us. But just a bunch of bullshit. And America is hell. And the tool they use to replace God is money. And the focus, prime, is greed. That's all America is about, greed. And the Republicans, I think the Republicans want to be the demons that's right there at the devil's disposal. Here I am, devil, use me. What I say? I said Republicans, conservative Republicans. These are motherfuckers who want to put your ass in jail for smoking weed. Who want to sell you some goddamn shit outside of weed, alcohol, other medications that take. Do you know when you can go and buy a pill for a headache? What are side effects? You might go blind. You might lose your sexual potential. Any damn thing might happen. Nature give you a goddamn weed that you can smoke that make you feel better and put your ass in jail, throw away the key. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, is once again, hell. Hell. And if you don't believe it, let me just give you an idea of what heaven and peace is like. Heaven is, first of all, peace, prosperity, joy, and your dreams coming true. Plain and simple. It basically means that everybody on the face of the earth who have, and when I say that, I'm talking about humans. Humans have requirements for survival. Not just the body, not just oxygen and water. They need food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and a job. Let me say it again. Not just the air and a body. And they need food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and a fucking ass job. And every country on the face of the earth should be responsible for guaranteeing to the people under that umbrella food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and a fucking ass job. And it ain't nobody get no better than anybody else. We all get good together. And you think I ought to bite my tongue for that? Let me say it again. The only good thing for any nation is that they're responsible to make sure and assure that the people are of the mindset that will honor them in protecting one another by guaranteeing to each other food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and a fucking ass job. And if you can't do that, you ain't worth a shit, you bitch. That's my last say for you today, bitch.